Perfect. So we are like my colleagues of Denmark. We are called a competitiveness cluster. So we cover the same approach. We are also gold certified, and we are covered by private funding and public funding. We came out from the aerospace world. So the unmanned activity always been a topic based from the competitiveness cluster called Aerospace Valley. It combined aeronautics, space, and now unmanned systems. We say that drone in France, but it's of course unmanned systems. You see on this map the list of all the various competitiveness clusters we have in France, and 3 of them are covering drone activity, and my colleague will also give you more details. We are unfortunate not to be able to cover the entire, describe you the entire span of the French activity, but at least you will see some bits and pieces from 2 regions. The region called Occitanie-Pyrénées-Méditerranée and Nouvelle-Aquitaine. So it's the southwest, the great southwest of France. And I don't want to compete too much like with Olga, but it's the size of Austria, the 2 regions. So so you see that we try. You see, if you see the map here, it's roughly the same area, superficie area of Austria. So why drone activity was able to grow? It's because this territory was also a territory for aerospace and space activities. As you can see, the number of researchers, the number of jobs, the number of organization was the perfect place to address all the activities. So all these circles is part of the number of employees spread by aerospace and space activities. It's very difficult when we arrive and we build a drone activity to identify the drone market, because there is no European standard for codes for unmanned manufacturers. So it's easy for the statistics to identify who is doing what on space or on aerospace, but on drone it's very difficult because there is no statistics code from a European organization to define what is an unmanned factory or an unmanned manufacturer. So we are 850 members. The 2/3 are SMEs, but you can see on the right, we are also supported by our local governments. Another particularity of a competitiveness cluster is the fact that we are also supported by the defense. So we are dual organization. So we cover the entire span of drone activities from agricultural up to defense use case in some cases. On the left part, you can see I would say the top name of unmanned of actors we have. They are not all players of unmanned activities, but this is our structure in terms of members within the competitiveness clusters. We are organized within, as I mentioned to you, 3 communities, what we call strategic sectors. I'm the executive manager for drones, but we have a representative for space and aeronautics, and all the 805 members are bringing technology bricks, technology around what we call the ecosystem of excellence. So these 5 items, you see the yellow buttons are the value proposal of our members. So we'll not go into all the details, but you cover the entire span of an aerospace activities from propulsion up to data. Let's now do a very quick zoom on what is all about for drones. So among these 805 members, we have 156 members identified as unmanned actors, unmanned players. It could be 5% of the revenues, up to 100% of the revenues. What you have to see is it covers the entire span of activities. So from bricks up to data processing, UTM, counter UAS, and it's also encompass all types of players. You have industry, from SMEs to large companies, academics. We don't operate test range. Test range are operated by some of our partners. We have 2 test ranges. We have public laboratories, investors as well, venture capitalists, and users, end user as well. We have a dedicated team I'm operating, and we have a roadmap and a work program around 4 topics. One related to commercial UAS, you see on the top of the slide. One topic is related to air mobility. One is related to military and aircraft, state aircraft, unmanned aircraft. And like every competitiveness cluster, we deliver promotion. Those members are mainly SMEs. 60% are SMEs. And within this 60%, 80% are very small enterprise, less than 10 employees. So compared to the aerospace or the space sector, it's a very unstructured, undercapitalized market, and the competitiveness cluster are here to help them to grow. And the last mention, I'm also emphasizes on the fact that we are a teamwork. We work within 3 layers. We have our regional layer where we work with all the other stakeholders, Technopole, incubator, accelerators, startups, welcoming place. I don't know how you call that in English. And at national level, we coordinate ourselves, and I will show you a slide where we work together with other stakeholders, other competitiveness cluster. And last and not least, the reason we are here is thanks to the European Drone Cooperation. We address the similar approach with the different layers at European level, thanks to our colleagues of Kurpas, Hamburg Aviation, and all the people you're going to have to see here today. So you say in German, Einigkeit macht stark. I hope I didn't make a wrong mistake by telling that in German. But this is all about the scope we are addressing at national and European level. The 3 missions, animation, innovation, business development. I would like to emphasize mainly on the center part, the innovation. This is the overall project we have addressed, and I will do a zoom in on what we achieved for unmanned systems. So we addressed 600 projects roughly since 15 years, R&D project at regional, national, or European level. 37 were unmanned projects, and 20 of them have been fully funded, so an overall budget of 50 million euros.
I know how many slides are left?
1.
Cool.
I understand. So there will be, I just wanted to highlight the number of projects we can address all together, and we can do that the same approach at European level. And I will finish with the latest project we've got. It's a CESAR 2020 project. We've just been participating. So if Europe is a matter of interest, as you know, CESAR ATM project number 3 is going to happen. It's the right place to work all together to address the future project for urban air mobility. And this one is the latest one we have been awarded. And that will be all for me.